Hey, Tubies! It's Psychic Bob! Well, here we are. It's Tuesday. That means time for messages from the spirit world. I am so glad you guys are here. I tell you, we've been having the best time the last few days. We've been having live streams, and I've been having a lot of fun interacting with all of you. Not to worry, we're going to do more live streams, so we'll definitely be having that happening. So definitely keep watching. Definitely one that I know about is going to be on Sunday. Lady Angela and I are going to be doing a live stream. I think it's going to be at 8:30 p.m. on Sunday. And we're going to be, talking about all things Wicca. We'll have more about that later in the week. But here we are Tuesday, time for messages from the spirit world. Now, before we get into that, I want to just first of all give a shout out to all the new subscribers. A lot of you have been calling me and writing me and saying how excited you are to find Spirit Channel. Thank you. I am so glad that you guys are here. And messages from the spirit world, for those of you who are new here, is something we do every Tuesday. Tuesday's Messages Day. And this is where I grab a bunch of letters and I do little mini psychic readings. For those of you who are new here, I am a full-time professional psychic medium. Now, I do charge for private readings. Now, my private readings are an hour long. And in your private reading, we cover past, present, future, spirit guides, life themes, and answer your questions, all of that. But that's private reading. So if you want to get on my schedule for a private hour, it's a full hour, you and I one-on-one. We can do telephone, we can do in-person, we can do Skype. Info in the box below to connect with me at my office. Give me a call or send me an email. Those links will be below. But for those of you who say, well, Bob, I can't buy a private reading. What about messages? Messages from the spirit world is absolutely free. I do not charge. This is kind of my community service to YouTube. So I do this for free. So there's no charge to be on messages. Now I do have to, preface that with saying I get hundreds and hundreds of letters a week. So I may not personally be able to answer every letter, and I just ask you to understand that. It's just a numbers thing. It's not that Psychic Bob doesn't love you. I do read all the letters. I just physically can't personally write everybody right now. I'm working on getting some help so I can start getting more response to letters, so I can, give my assistant what my answers are and have them take care of all the mail outs and everything. So we're working on that. But anyways, today we're going to do what we can. And I always say, listen to what the Spirit says to other people, because Spirit might speak through somebody else's letter to reach you. Because from the spirit world's perspective, they want to help as many people as they can. So sometimes they'll draw me to letters, or letters will sometimes literally appear on my desk. I'm not kidding. And I'll say, oh, look at this letter. Wow, where'd that come from? And it's Spirit's way of trying to reach people. So you may hear somebody else's letter and say, oh my God, that sounds like just what I need. And Spirit can help you through that way, okay? So I am so thankful that you're here. Pardon my hair. I'm having a bad hair day. I got to get my hair cut. But other than just being long, the air in my condo is really dry and it's staticky, so my hair is flying everywhere. So Psychic Bob's having a bad hair day. Hey, but I'm rocking my Gucci shirt. How you like that? I'm not being sponsored by Gucci, but I just love all things Gucci. So at least I got that going on. But you guys are the best. I am so thankful that you're here. Well, before we get into the letters, let's just all take a moment. Let's center ourselves. Just settle down in your chair and just let go all the tensions. And let's just take a moment and attune to the spirit world. Okay, here we are. I hear my spirit guide Fletcher back here. All right, our first letter today is from Violet Rays. Hello, Violet Rays. She writes, she says, Dear Bob, I was wondering what some of my past lives were and what trauma they have carried into my current life. How can I heal them? Thank you. Hi, Violet Rays. Well, first of all, let me tell you, you're an old soul, okay? And that's important because as an old soul, you've got a lot of power. When we talk about past lives, I like to tell people, the secret to overcoming the trauma is simply to recognize your past life and say, now I see a connection, and then release it, okay? We're not meant to suffer endlessly and be tortured by our karma. It's not really how it works. Karma is meant to to bring us to a point of awareness. So once we have that awareness, we learn the lesson, we're free, okay? Now, let me tell you one of your past lives that I do see around you. There was a past life, you have a connection to Scotland, and it looks like there was an issue, and that's going to sound funny, but you remember the court of Queen Mary of Scotland. And there was a man that that Queen Mary had her eye on. That was one of her court favorites, shall we say. But this man ended up falling in love with you and giving you all of his attention. And Queen Mary didn't like it. And she really persecuted you and him. And in the end, both of you were executed. You really did do no crimes except love each other. But she was jealous of your love. And what that's brought over to you is some challenges here in the emotional area, because in relationships, it's kind of like when you start to get into a relationship, your fear factor goes up and there start to be trust issues here. And this isn't a sign that you're a bad person or a weak person, but it's a sign that your soul is having trouble letting go of that trauma. The good thing is I feel like you're coming into a time in your life where you're going to be able to have solid relationships. And I feel like this isn't just in romance, it's also friendships as well. So I want you to work on recognizing that some of what's happening in your relationship area is fear-based. And it's not a conscious fear, it's a subconscious fear. Because see, our soul is connected to our subconscious. And I want you to say today, you know what? I suffered in the past for loving, but I don't have to suffer anymore. And if you can say that, you can recognize it, meditate a little bit on that time, do some research on Mary, Queen of Scots, and of that time period. You'll start to have a little bit of soul connection, memory of that. And that will also help you further release that, okay? And I feel like for you, you know, this next year for you in terms of your friendships as well as your romantic life really gets a lot better. And I want you to watch because March seems to be a very powerful time around March of 2018 for you. Okay, so anyways, that's the one that I'm being shown is having the most impact right now. And also, Fletcher just told me, he said in that life, he said you had a lot of money, but the Queen of Scots, Queen Mary of Scots, really wiped you out financially. So you may find a recurring issue, like every time you start to make money, it goes away, or you have trouble getting there. That's also fear-based, okay? Because you're thinking, oh, if I get something, I'm going to lose it. And on another level, he's like, maybe I won't try to get anything. So I want you to let go of that fear around finances as well, because I really feel like 2018, you're tuning in, and I see a lot of growth there. I see new career opportunities. And I'd watch, as I said, the month of March. I feel like this is where there's a lot of transition, a lot of what I would say fresh starts around that time, okay? But that's where some of your past life energy is affecting you today. And as I said, to release it is to simply recognize it and say, aha, now I can pinpoint it and let it go. It's that simple, okay? Hope that helps. Thank you for writing. That's really good questions. All right, our next letter is from Rachel Goldsmith. Hello, Rachel. I remember you. Rachel's been writing me a lot of letters. I love Rachel. She's sweet. Rachel writes, Psychic Bob, I want to know if I should move out of my boyfriend's home and into my own place and start a new life. Hugs and kisses from London. Hey, Rachel. Love to you guys and across the pond. I've been having a large increase in my British viewers, and I want to give a big shout out to all the viewers from the UK. You guys rock. I love UK. I used to live there, so I consider myself half British. I'm one of y'all. Okay. So anyways, Rachel, good questions here. Well, I have to tell you, hon, right now as I step into your frequency, I'm getting dark blue light around you, and I'm getting pink light. When I see these colors together, they indicate emotional struggle and that all is not well in terms of love in your life. I do feel that it would be good for you to make a move. I feel sooner rather than later is what you want to focus on. I think if you wanted to move by December, you could be in your own place, you know, or at least temporarily out of there by Christmas time. I have to tell you, I pick up around your boyfriend that it's like he's just putting up a wall of hostility. It's almost like, I feel like he has a lot of self-loathing, and I feel like he's putting that on you right now. And I feel instead of nurturing you, he's almost combative, and he's not focused, and he's draining energy. I don't think he's an evil person. I just think he needs to discover his self-love. I do think it's time for you to move forward. I think that if once you move out, you're going to rediscover how beautiful and how powerful you are, because I have to be honest, I feel like right now he's made you forget who you are. You're a child of the divine. No child of God ever needs to be abused or treated with hostility. And it's sad, but he has a lot of soul work to do, and I'm not sure you're going to be able to get him there, help him to get to that place of awareness. So I think it's best that you be open to transition. And I feel like you're ready for it, I do. This blue light means you've really been stuck, and the pink light tells me that you're hurting. And you don't have to hurt. You don't have to suffer. And I would actually say this to other people out there. If you're in a relationship that's hurting, something's really wrong. And as a psychic, when I read, I see the light, and you're hurting. And I don't want you to hurt. It's time to move on, okay? Hang in there. You're going to be just fine. Don't be afraid, okay? But I think you could do this very quickly and be out of there by the end of December. All right. Let me know what's happening, okay? Please write me. God bless you. Thank you for writing. All right. Our next letter is from Anita. Hello, Anita. Anita says, "Hi, Bob. I was looking up at the sky last Friday, and a circle formed in the sky. I thought I was seeing things. It was made of dots, and then each dot started to dart across the sky, and then went back into the circle formation. My mom was with me and saw it too. Bob, what does this mean? Much love from Australia." Wow, we're getting a lot of international letters today. I love Australia too. Shout out to my Aussie friends. You guys are rock. Well, Anita, you know what this is? This is the beginning of what I've been saying. Now, I predicted several years ago, I said, in the next few years, we're going to start to see full-scale disclosure. And if you look back at my older videos, I did say, a few years back, I said, since 2012, I've been saying we're approaching revelation. When everybody was saying 2012 was the end of the world, I said, no, it's not. I said 2012 is the beginning of the expansion of consciousness. And there are a lot of people all over the world right now who are starting to awaken to the fact that we're not necessarily alone in the universe. And I said back then, I said there's going to be a lot more signs in the coming years. A lot more people are going to start seeing UFOs. And you know what I love is the people who have been all the hardcore skeptics all these years saying, that Psychic Bob's crazy, believing in the space people. Well, now a lot of them are even having experiences that they cannot deny. And what this is about is the Earth is coming into a place where the alien presence is going to soon be very known. It'll be very public. And a lot of the world governments will really formally come out and declare it. We call that, it's going to be disclosure. That's the term, disclosure. And so what you're seeing now are some of the alien ships who are literally giving kind of a preview saying, hey, we're here. The ships that you saw were connected to the Pleiadians, and they're going to be some of the first that come out and make contact with the Earth. Now, the wonderful thing is the Pleiadians look just like us. They're not strange and green and with antennas. They look literally like humans. You'd see a Pleiadian walk down the street, and probably the only thing you would say is, wow, that person seems kind of tall. They're a little taller than us. They're like 6-7 feet. But they look just like us. In fact, we come from them. So there's going to be a revelation in the near future, within the next 2 years, if that far, of life on other worlds. That it is not only here at Earth now, but has been visiting us for a long time. Really, the alien phenomenon is nothing new. It's always been part of our world. So that's what's going on with that. And just keep watching the skies. Australia does have a lot of phenomena And so, we'll see even more coming out of Australia later this year. Watch around the autumn time. There's going to be a lot of things happening in Australia. Okay. Anyways, really great question. I would say, and I tell everybody, keep a camera with you at all times. Nowadays we have these wonderful cameras that go everywhere with us. Most of our phones have cameras, and we have little travel cameras. Watch the skies. We're all going to start getting more and more evidence. And I myself have seen UFOs and can confirm they're real. And I've even channeled messages from Pleiadians. So I'm a believer. It's not really an issue of belief or faith. It's an issue of, it's just simply a fact. It's here. So they're with us, and you're going to see more. Keep watching the skies. Thank you for sharing. By the way, did you get photos? Maybe you took some photos. You don't say here, but if you have some photos, I'd like to see them. Reach out, let me know. Thanks for writing. Blessings to you. All right. Excuse me, guys. My voice is dry. I'm drinking water, by the way. You should always have water around you when you do spiritual work. It raises the vibration. Okay, our next letter is from Edgar Brown. And Edgar writes, he says, Dear Bob, I dated a woman for many years, and when we separated, I found out that she was practicing black magic, that she was a black witch. She put some spells on me. I have suffered immensely with health problems, bad back, impotence, throat trauma, etc. I feel bound by all of this. What advice can you give me? Thank you. Edgar, I have to tell you, when I'm stepping here into your frequency, I want to tell you, you're not crazy. A lot of people say, oh, I'm under a curse, there's black magic. But really, when I, as a psychic, go into it, I generally say, no, there's not a curse, that people are imagining it, or they're misinterpreting something else. I have to tell you, when I step into your vibration, I get literally black tentacles around you, almost like an octopus. This does tell me that somebody has put kind of a sort of a binding on you, which has slowed down your energy. Now, the good thing is you're much more powerful than that, and you can easily fix that. When we deal with people that do black magic, let me kind of explain something to you. It is true. Their magic is real. People have learned to work with energy, and they can transmit that energy and create change or effect in people. So, when, for example, I'm a witch also, but I'm a white witch. I'm a Wiccan. When I do magic for people, I do things to bless them, to empower them, to heal them. And that's a real tangible power that they can feel, and other psychics will pick up. And likewise, people that do evil can transfer energy. Now, in your case, I have to tell you that the good news is that the woman who did this, actually, I'm not going to say it was her directly, because I think there was somebody else. Now, she may have been involved, but I don't actually get it directly from her. Somebody she knows, I think, may have done it. She herself may not even be aware of it, so please don't go attack her and say, that psychic proved to me that you put that on me. Let it go. You just need to walk away from it, okay? Your power. One of my friends said this once to me when I was in a very bad place. And I said, I want to get revenge on somebody. And even though I've never done black magic, but there was one time in my life where I was really tempted. And my friend said, Bob, the best revenge is to just live well. You walk away from them. You live your life in joy. And you won. And so the first thing I want to tell you is do not seek her out. Do not look for revenge. Don't try to find out who was involved with the spell. Doesn't matter. Your best revenge is to live well. And you're going to say, well, Bob, I got this on me. How do I live well? Well, first of all, I want you to do what we call a cord cutting ritual. And it's very, very simple. And what I want you to do is I want you to get 2 candles, okay? Each of them white candles. And I want you to put your name on one of them. And I want you to put black magician on the other, or black witchcraft. Don't put any name, because we want to get everybody that's involved, not just one person. So put black magic persons. And then you set these candles in front of each other, like have one candle, hold on, I have candles here, but let's say these are each candles. Have one candle here, one candle here. Then you tie a string, get a piece of thread, tie a cord on one candle, stretch it to the other. Then you burn these candles. And what you do is you light them, and as you light them, you visualize this energy going back and forth along this cord, because that's what you have. You have an attachment with somebody who has ill intent. And as you visualize that, you say, I release myself from this bind. I release myself from this bind. I release myself. And then you can say even, or another way it says, I break the cord that binds me. I break the cord that binds me. And you keep chanting this as you focus on the candles and you visualize that energy flowing down that cord. Then you get a pair of scissors. Do I have any scissors here? Oh, I do have some scissors. And you get those scissors. Whoops, knocking everything over. Second Bob's having a challenge day. Bear with me. And you've got those candles there. And then you take those scissors and snip that cord. And once you break that cord, you've broken the etheric bonds. And you're going to be free. It's that simple. See, black magic has a punch, but it actually will not sustain long and can be easily broken, because the power of the light, the power of God, Goddess that's in you is way more powerful. So people can do spells. They can hurt you. It's not a lie. It can happen. But when you work with white magic, like what I taught you now is white magic, you can break that. You don't hurt anybody in the process. You don't hurt yourself. You don't inflict pain on anybody. You simply remove the danger and nobody's hurt. And remember, like I said, the best revenge is to simply live well. That means don't seek out that person. Don't go back to it. You enjoy each day. You say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, lady, that I'm free. And you enjoy your life. And you go out and treat yourself. After you do that ritual, it's kind of a tradition, at least among witches, to go out and have a celebration. So you might want to go to your local, favorite restaurant, have a great meal, have a good glass of wine, and be thankful for the freedom. Okay. I hope that helps. Thank you for writing. All right. Our next letter is from Armani Velez. Hello, Armani. Armani's been visiting our live feeds, by the way, and having a great time. We welcome him. Thanks for coming out for that. Armani writes, Dear Bob, my longtime girlfriend and I recently broke up. Should I move on, or is there a chance that we will get back together? We are both fire signs in astrology. Hi, Armani. I have to tell you, when I step into your frequency here, I'm getting a lot of pink light and I'm getting red light. This color combination definitely means you're going through hurt. The red light means that you're harboring some anger and some resentment. And I'm not saying that in an accusatory way. It's just natural. It happens to all of us. I have to tell you, I feel like right now the energy is not present for a reunion. Now hear me out. I'm saying right now. What's brought you to this point of breakup, from what I can see psychically, is that each of you are kind of intense. And you know how you said you're fire signs? Well, that's true. When you get two fire signs together, they do two things. They either stimulate each other, or they burn each other up. And I think both of you have, in a sense, burned each other up right now. And so it's necessary that you have this time of separation. Now, the good news is it's not forever. But it must be for a little while. I'd like you from now until the new year, till January, to really keep a little distance and work on your inner self. Work on discovering what you contribute to the relationship that was good and what you contributed that was bad. Don't spend time analyzing what she did that was good or bad. That's going to get you nowhere. She needs to work on her own self-evaluation. And I think what's happened is both of you went into a recent kind of argument with your tempers flaring and that fire going. And it may have been even something very simple. I almost feel like it was a little thing and it just set both of you off, and that's like created the big bust up. I want you on a soul level to stop and say, what did I contribute to the pain? What over the years did I contribute that was good? This next 2 months for you is soul evaluation time. You've come to this point because Spirit is trying to get you to awaken to deeper light and truth. Does she love you? Yes, she does love you. Do you love her? You do love her. But each of you right now are learning how to love in a way that doesn't hurt. Somewhere each of you were given a message somewhere earlier in your lives where you were taught that you had to go out and fight for something. You had to fight to get that grade in school. You had to fight to get that job. You had to fight to get into that school. You don't have to have life be a fight. People who have success in life, and I've met a lot of very successful, famous, and wealthy people over my years as a psychic. I've always been interested in how they achieve success. And the secret is that they learned the law of attraction. They learned to let success come to them. Oh, it's true that we have to do our work. We have to be present and not be lazy about things. But what I found is that people who really achieve great success have literally channeled it to them. And so right now I want you to focus on how can you receive joy, peace, happiness, success without having to fight or be combative. I don't think you're at all an aggressive or hostile person. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is on a soul level, there's an energy exchange that you've been engaging in and your girlfriend's been engaging in that's created combat. And so if you can reverse that flow instead of projecting out with that sort of energy to have a smooth flow within, you'll be centered, you'll be peaceful. And guess what? She'll feel the shift and she'll be drawn back to you. I feel that after the new year that you two will have a heart-to-heart, and I feel like there's going to be repair in the relationship. Now, if she calls you tomorrow, don't hang up and say, I'm not talking to you till January. Click. Don't do that. Just say, I'm so glad you called, and I want you to know that I want us to talk. And I want us right now, though, to honor each other by giving ourselves a little space so that we can heal and we can be better. And if you put it that way to her, she'll be like, whoa, that's a shift. She wouldn't be expecting that, okay? And I think in the new year, Fletcher's over here flipping a calendar. He's flipping January. So he says in January, he said there's a heart-to-heart and there's a reunion. So give it some time. There's healing that needs to be done on both parts. But if you meditate on what I'm saying and study that, you're going to find that you're drawing to yourself the right type of energy that will sustain it long term. Okay. I hope that helps a little bit. I'm sorry for your loss, and I know it's very painful. But I do see improvement and good things coming, okay? Hang in there. You're going to make it. Thank you for writing. Let me know what's happening, okay? Send me a letter. Keep me posted. I hear you, Fletcher. Fletcher's back here, and he said he's going to help you as well. So you see, you got the help from the spirit world. By the way, also, I want you to invoke Archangel Raphael. He's going to help you. And I want you to pray to him to connect you to your inner self, but also connect you back to your girlfriend, and ask Archangel Raphael to put a blessing on her that she'll be open and receiving healing energies. This is going to go a long way. When you bring in the archangels, they can do miracles. They really can. Okay? So you're ready for some growth. You're ready to do this soul work. And I think it's going to turn out well. Blessings to you. Let me know what's happening. Well, guys, I tell you, I just looked at the clock. I realized how late it is. My gosh, I had such a good time with you guys. Well, listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming. I hope you'll help me out. Like this, favorite it, share it with your friends. Hit subscribe. Be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. I love you guys. Sending you blessings. We'll see you back here soon. And we'll be back here, what's tomorrow? Wednesday for Wiccan Wednesday. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you then. Until then, may you always blessed be.